So what are we?
Yo, I'm just chilling right now.
I'm not looking for anything right now.
Excuse me, can I talk
I saw
to
your
you?
little girlfriend the other
What
day.
you mean?
You know you're my man,
So
right?
when you gonna make me your girl? You probably say the same thing to all the little girls on your line. Welcome. This is the first episode, and I am Alex, and the name of this podcast is what you want to call it. So I have my first two guests, Renisha and Kayshawn. Hi guys. So just to give you a little bit of background, since this is the first episode, I just want to touch base on what this is going to be about. So I noticed a trend with dating, and I want to say millennials, but I really mean everybody, like in general, everybody. But mainly millennials, because I'm a millennial and I can relate. I've noticed that a lot of people struggle with dating, and we live in a very like social media, very fast type of life. Life is just getting faster and faster as the generations progress. So I've noticed people go into social media for dating, and to each his own. That's not everyone's preference, but people do struggle with dating nowadays, and I just wanted to open up a platform where we could talk about, have an open discussion about couples, dating, life, relationships, not just relationships in boyfriend and girlfriend, but friends, family, and just like being a millennial and what life throws at us and how we handle it. And you guys are a couple that is going viral. Yeah. Viral. So
A little bit.
a lot. It started off as a little bit, then I'm like, dang, okay, goals.
Two pictures out there now. We had one picture, but now it's two pictures.
Yeah.
So,
and then they're like digging into your old pictures.
They are.
So it's like, y'all really popping. So I met you guys on the trip, Haywire weekend. Shout out to Haywire.
Shout out to Haywire.
Yeah, so I met you guys on the Jamaica trip, and I thought y'all were so cute. And what's funny is that when I had first gone on the trip and I saw all my friends, like my friends that I haven't seen in a while, and all these people, I was like, I don't know if I could do this in a relationship. And they're like, yeah, no, I can't do this in a relationship. Then they're like, but somebody here is in a relationship. I was like, where? And it was like, and people here are married. I was like, where? So when I met you, I was like, oh yeah, this is really, really cool. And I thought about it, I was like, I can do this in a relationship. I'm bringing Bay next time. So it's like, you guys are kind of like goals.
Thank you.
And it's very cute. Although we don't know what's going on inside, I'm hoping it looks as good.
It's great.
Yeah. So with that being said, I wanted to kind of get an idea of how y'all feel about being portrayed as goals. Bagels, like, oh my gosh, they're so popping. They are the staple of what I want. Like, I want that.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that?
Go ahead, babe.
Ooh, early. It's interesting for me.
Caught you off guard.
It did. Yeah, it did. It really did. Caught like a lot of people that knew me prior to dating Renisha. Have asked me like, yo, I don't know who you are. Who are you?
I think that's good.
Right, who are you? But it is good. But also, coming from what I've experienced with family members and seeing so many different broken relationships between, my mother and my aunt and uncles and all that good stuff. So coming from that and then actually being a real positive, really, in a loving relationship like that, and have people come up to me and say, yo, y'all really goals, yo, okay, how did you, get this worked out? How'd you finesse that? How'd y'all end up here? It's really kind of like shocking.
Yeah.
Like really, I really have to take a step back. Like, yo, they really looking at me for advice. Talk about I'm goals. Like
A little bit of pressure.
I'm just like, bro, I'm just a regular guy. I'm a regular dude. I'm just out here doing what I need to do, but I'm just a regular dude. Yeah. So it's a lot to take in and take back and sit back. Like, yo, people are really looking at us like, yo, they want what we have. It's crazy.
And a lot of people come to us with situations that we sometimes don't have the answer to because they're more established than we are. Like, we only been together a year and a month now. Mind you, we moved in together early. Like, a lot of what we have now kicked off early on in our relationship. We went through maybe some of the heaviest moments early on in our relationship. So it's hard to give people, different types of advice when we haven't been through what they've been through. So yeah, you're saying we're goals, but 95% of the time we're always happy because we're just two lit ass people. So yeah.
When did y'all meet? How did y'all meet?
So I'm gonna go ahead and take this.
Oh my gosh. It's two different stories. Go ahead, baby.
That's what I love.
Okay, so you want the whole shebang? And you just
The
want
whole shebang bang.
I'll tell you when he lying.
Oh.
Go ahead. Call him out.
Crazy. All right, so the first time me and her met was at a actual flag football league, Project Black Flag.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Project Black Flag. We love y'all, appreciate y'all. So first time I had met her, I wasn't really paying her any mind. I just saw her lanyard and it said SG Ronan. I was like, yo, Indy, what's up? What is going on? How you doing?
And that's always like a good connection. Like, okay, all
Okay, I
right.
was like, Indy. And this is her response. Oh, hey, Indy. Gave me the little.
Pause real quick. Can we go into what indie love is?
Oh, okay.
So I am a lady of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated.
And I'm brother of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
And both of our organizations were found in Indiana. And that's what we call indie love. Is when both organizations come together and create indie love. A lot of people don't believe in it, but it does exist.
But it does exist.
It does exist.
We're here. It's here right now. It's happening.
Right. It does exist.
And then I think the next time we had an interaction was at Howard's homecoming in 2017. So as we're walking to the tailgate, I look over and see her sitting down with somebody at the store. I didn't know it was really her at first. I was like, I recognized her from somewhere. As we got close, I was like, oh, that's Indy. So again, I walked up to her.
You didn't know my name.
Didn't know her name. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm terrible with names. You can ask her. I'm god awful with names. So I walked up and was like, hey, Indy again. And this time it was a little, oh, okay, I've seen her before. She just gave me a little bit more love on the hug. And I walked off. Mind you, we just people in passing, so we don't really know each other. My man's come up to me. He's like, bro, you don't know her. You just hugging random girls out here. I was like, you don't know who I know. I really didn't know her, but I just played it off. Kept pushing. And then the next time we met after that was at one of the parties, right?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. See, look. Now I'm about to get it.
She blushing?
Yeah, she blushing. So we met at a party, right? It was another Project Black Flag party. It was like one of the player balls, and I came in there with a nice fit on. I was feeling myself. Cameras on me. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be humble about it. And I see her again, but I'm trying to chill. Like she got on something nice. I was like, I'm looking, I'm peeping it there. And I was like, let me chill. And then I had walked up to where her little section was at, say what's up to her people. Some song came on. I was already against the wall. Some song came on.
9-9 taking over 2000.
I don't know what it was. The next thing I know, she just looked back at me. She hit me with, I'm gonna do it right now. So she looked back at me like this. I was like, oh, she about to. I was like, at this point, she's about to do something crazy. It's about to go down. And then there was one night where I just happened to be cooking. I was like, I'm not doing nothing. What if she's doing something? I hit her up. I was like, hey, you busy? I cook. Come through. She was like, all right, cool. Again, the whole time I'm expecting her to say no. So she keep on saying.
Keep expecting her to say no.
No, real rap. I'm expecting her to say no. I'm not. I always expect the worst. I'm just expecting her to say no. I'm making enough for me at the time. And then she said yes. I was like, oh, I gotta cook my food. She was coming. So she came over. We're hanging out. And at this point, for people who don't know, for a while I was practicing abstinence. Abstinence from food, abstinence from people, abstinence from a lot of negativity, abstinence from sex. I was just trying to just stay away from cleanse. It was some time I had to figure some stuff out about myself. So I just had to eliminate all types of distractions. She knew that, and we was cool, and so she came over, we ate, and it started getting late. And we was on the couch, so I just was like chilling on the couch. So I sat back a little bit.
I was already asleep. Like
she wasn't asleep yet.
I was asleep a little bit.
She wasn't asleep yet.
Yes,
She has to change it to a little bit, right? Okay, so she wasn't asleep yet.
I know that too.
So I sat back like just chilling, and then she just nudged over. She kept on nudging over. I'm like, you all right? She said, yeah. She was like, yeah, I'm just tired. I was like, all right, if you're tired, lay down. She's like, all right, cool.
She's just ready for the green light.
I was like, all right. So I try to make sure I wasn't trying to, certain positions you lay in and rubbing. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to touch it.
I didn't want to. I was trying to stay in the high back area.
You did a good job.
Yeah,
but you wanted to get low.
No. Because I was still practicing.
Okay,
so I was trying to chill.
You said that. You right.
I was trying to chill. So I'm rubbing her back, and then next thing I know,
exactly.
Next thing that didn't happen.
Rubbing my back.
I'm rubbing your back.
You rubbing my back.
I don't know what that's about to do to him.
A friend rubbing my back.
Right.
Whatever. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Go ahead,
I
baby.
know I was innocent. I know I ain't want nothing to happen. I was trying to chill and watch a movie. You know, 5 more times of us hanging out and me staying at night. It was kind of like, all right. She, in her mind, I'm pretty sure she was like, all right, I'm tired of these games we playing right now. She was
Mind you, I was dating 4 guys before we started
Right.
dating.
No, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta have your options.
Yes.
Right. So
Like-
yeah, she was a player. You see, me,
Exactly.
I was abstinent.
Getting your feet wet.
I was abstinent. I was practically abstinent at this point.
That's your story. You sticking to it.
You know,
gosh.
about the 5th time, you know, she was getting a little feeling. I was like, don't do that.
Temptation kind of.
Yeah.
The temptation was
Yeah, it was.
I was like, and then kissed me again. I was like, yo,
We gave in.
you got it.
Yeah.
No. We did, but it was because of something she did.
What you do?
Oh, what did I do, babe?
You want me to
Y'all
tell
want to go
them?
into that
You want
detail?
to go into details of what you did?
Your discretion advised.
You want to go? You let me know if you want to go there. We ended up, you know, having real conversation with each other about what we're doing and where we're at. And I had told her, I was like, you know, I was practicing my abstinence and all that good stuff. And I told her I felt like we vibe really well together. So I would like to see where we can go from there as far as a relationship, as far as boyfriend, girlfriend. We had that conversation. And I made that commitment to do that with her. You know, and she agreed to it, and she dropped the hose.
I did.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I did.
And from that point on, we ended up here.
Yeah.
Within a year.
I love it.
Okay. He said everything
Can't
right.
lie.
No, he didn't lie. I do remember coming over for ice cream one good time. You was like, hey, do you want some ice cream? And I was like,
I did.
well, I need to come eat your ice cream for you. Yes. Yeah, we were just, you know, enjoying each other like he said and just,
What
you
you
know,
wanna
letting
call it? It was what you want to call it, babe.
It wasn't what you wanted.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
It most certainly was.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, the conversation wasn't really awkward. It was a conversation that you guys knew you were going to have.
Right.
And in this climate of dating, that's usually an uncomfortable conversation to have, you know?
Yeah.
People don't want to put a title on things, or people enjoy their freedom. And they want to be with somebody, but they want their options. So it's like, you know, you got to come to a place where you're like, okay, I'm ready to settle down.
Right.
And sometimes both parties are not ready to settle down. So in your case, breath of fresh air. It's refreshing to hear your story, because like usually people have that conversation and go totally left.
Right.
Like, well, shorty, what?
I told you when we first started. I'm chilling. I told you that.
A lot of guys get hit with that too, though, where some females don't want to be in a relationship, and the man is the one that's actually trying to pursue her, but she doesn't want that.
She don't want to be tied down. Yeah,
I think-
it's both ways.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I do thank you for not judging me when I told you that I was dating 4 people. It wasn't anything sexual. It was just me coming out of like bad relationships, going through that, oh, I'm just chilling type of situation, and me not knowing what I really wanted out of someone. So I was like, hey, you know what, let me get my life together first and then get back on the dating scene. And that's just where I ended up at. So me trying to figure out what type of characteristics I liked in a man, you know, just dating those different people.
And that's very, very important. I'm glad you said that, because dating is not something that's monogamous anyways. Dating is, you're trying to see what is out there, and you're weighing your options. Just like you go on interviews with jobs, dating is you're interviewing a partner. You're interviewing somebody that you want to see yourself with. So it's like with dating, you have to come to the agreement that, hey, you top rank right now. So how you about to act?
Right. Yeah. I think your first question to me was like, what's your 5-year goal? And I was like, bro, we not even there yet. Like, we sitting on the couch like,
I mean,
whoa.
That's just me personally. I always, the reason I open up with questions like that, and it's not even just you. I open up with questions like that because I'm a very in-depth thinker. You know, I think very deeply and very far into the future about things. So what your 5-year plan may be and how you've thought about it and how you've developed it will tell me a lot about you and how far down the road you're thinking.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any advice that y'all can give people who are dating or struggling with dating, or just feel like hopeless about dating? Like, oh, every woman is a cheater, every man's a cheater. Like, no, there's clearly people who are successful, who are young professionals who are dating, and it's working. So, and you travel together, you play football together, you have stuff in common. So it's like, what can you leave with others that are struggling or just have no trust issues and just like, I'll be single till the day I die, but want to be loved?
For the women, I'll speak for the women.
That's absolutely fine.
I would just say stop going into every situation thinking a man is a dog.
That's deep.
Every man is not a dog.
First of all, I'm a noob.
People.
Let's get that straight. I'm a noob.
Have mercy.
If you feel like you can't trust someone, if you are going to be looking over your shoulder or going to be looking through somebody's phone, just get out of the relationship. Stop what you're doing, period, and just work on yourself. Take time for yourself, and then when you feel like you're ready again, get back into the dating scene. Don't jump into a relationship. Date. Find out what you like in someone, and then go for it. But as far as just like stop rushing situations as well. You got to take it a day at a time.
Absolutely.
Because if you're thinking too far in the future, it's just like you're like women, we like to think about marriage and weddings. Oh, I can't wait. You know, anticipating that day that he's going to propose. And then when it doesn't happen, you get in your feelings. But that's on us as women. So we really have to start taking things a day at a time and just also work on yourself. Even though you're in a relationship with someone, you can still have that individuality. And that's just like, we work on each other, but we also work on ourselves.
Absolutely.
You know, like he wakes up and he does his devotionals. He does what he does. I do what I do. And we come together at the end of the day as a couple. So just keep yourself healthy, and then you'll be able to keep this person healthy as well, the person that you're with.
I'm gonna try to talk to the fellas. Fellas, some of y'all hard headed. You're not gonna hear. You're not gonna hear a word I'm saying right now. But I'm gonna talk to y'all, because like I said before, it's a societal thing. We as men have this mentality that we have to be that guy, that we've got to be that dude who gets all the chicks, who, you know what I'm saying, is the superstar wherever he goes, just the man. And if
the man.
girl, listen, you better stop playing. You better stop playing with me. Go ahead, what?
I'm here for all of this.
Listen,
Y'all don't even know.
you know what I do. You see it. But again, fellas, and if that's the life you want to live, go ahead and live that life. Be honest with who you're messing with. Be honest with yourself. Hey, I just want to be single and do what I do. But if a relationship, you got to understand, if you want to be in a relationship, that's got to be something you want to have. That's really something you've got to prepare yourself for. So.
That was really good. And I hope that y'all took y'all little notes. So I'm going to go ahead and draw some out cards. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
And these cards are actually from a podcast that I listened to that inspired my podcast. Let's Cuff. Shout out to them. They are based in D&B. So I'm just going to pick a few cards. Okay. Kind of throw y'all off. See where y'all heads at.
All right.
So, y'all ready?
Oh, yes. I'm always ready.
Okay, let me see. Oh, we talked about this, but this is a good one. So why do y'all think what are we scares people? The question, like, what are we?
I think that scares people only because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the time, a lot of people just get in situationships and they don't discuss prior to that what's going on and what they're doing. And there's a lot of confusion. So when you don't have that communication, when you get the question, what are we? It throws you off because you weren't thinking about it. That's not something that you consciously thought about as you were dealing with this person. Oh, shoot, I got to figure out. Now it's like, oh, we got to figure out what I'm doing. And that's why a lot of cases, people say, oh, no, we just chilling. We just cool. Because it's the easiest answer to go to. And you think it's going to appease somebody, and it doesn't. It kind of just leaves a lot more confusion in the answer. So I just think that scares a lot of people because they're not really prepared for it. Or even sometimes they just don't think the other person will ask. They think that the other person is comfortable with where they're at.
I think it's timing.
Definitely that. Definitely.
A lot of, I don't know if we've all seen the meme where it's like a what are we after sex type thing. Yeah. That's not the time to ask somebody what are we.
Not the time.
It's a very vulnerable time. And it's like,
do that a whole nother time when you're out and about and you're actually enjoying each other and you're able to sit down and
have a conversation.
Exactly. But after sex is not the time to ask that question at all. Yeah.
First of all, I'm still trying to get myself together.
Exactly.
I'm mentally not prepared to have this conversation.
Exactly.
I want to go to sleep.
My automatic emotion is I'm mad. Now we're just ordinary people.
Right.
We're just ordinary
Legend
people.
out here.
Can two single people break up?
Yes.
Two single people.
Yes.
Yeah. People
Yes.
break up with friends all the time.
Exactly.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
In my head, if I'm single, what we breaking up about?
Yeah, and that
Right.
gets into the technicalities.
Well, the technicalities, yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Like you
yeah.
can
If
go.
you coming over my house every single day,
Exactly.
we know
True.
what we gotta
True,
do
true.
on the
Exactly.
same schedule,
Yeah.
routine,
and then
it's
you
an
go and
abrupt
post
stop.
somebody.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
schedule routine.
I'm gonna be mad.
We got routines out here. Whoa.
Like I've seen people literally like who are single and will go on Instagram and post something else other than the person that they're supposed to.
Yeah, be dating.
And they be mad. Yeah.
Or everybody knows you
True.
should be with X,
Exactly.
and one day you show up with Z. People gonna know.
Yeah, we're breaking up.
People are watching.
We single, but we breaking up.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are watching. So I would say yes to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Define this:
Okay.
more than friends, but less than a couple. This just keep going back to the same.
Friends with benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends with benefits.
No title.
What
That's
you want
it.
to call it?
Yeah.
What you want to call it exactly?
Yeah, you don't
What
have
you
a
wanna call
title.
it?
Okay, my last question. How do you spice things up in the bedroom?
We haven't gotten to that point yet.
Listen, everything we're doing right now is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's pretty spicy already.
Yeah, it's
Does it need more
still. It's
seasoning?
still.
Listen, I season that thing. I salt bay that thing every
still-
time.
So y'all are satisfied with
We are.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to Spencer's the other day and I was like,
Yes.
you know, the whips and the chains. And I was just
Okay.
like, maybe, you know, later on in our
Yeah, I don't-
relationship.
We don't need it right
But
now.
yeah.
I'm not. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah. I think we can walk down the street and want each other.
Walk down the block. I'm on it.
Right.
With that being said, I just want you guys to drop your handles.
Oh, okay.
everybody can follow.
Okay. All right.
I am on Instagram, Deliver Us from Nisha.
And I am at _legacy of _KG. It's a lot of underscores. I couldn't get the whole thing.
You wanna repeat that one more time?
I'm gonna repeat it one more time.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain. I couldn't get the whole thing put together because apparently somebody had it, so it's crazy. So it's at _legacy of _KG.
And this is a viral couple, y'all. So if you want to find their pictures without going to their page, guess what? Guess where you can find them at?
It'll pop up somewhere.
At me and somebody's son. At me and somebody's daughter. Okay?